Kourtney Kardashian's son Mason Disick, who is rarely seen, has returned to social media following rumors about him having a secret baby. Mason shared a stylish and casual photo on his Instagram story, showing him enjoying a night out with friends, and reminding everyone that he is just a regular teenager despite the recent speculation. The picture featured him on an outdoor patio at night, playfully covering his mouth while posing next to a friend who was facing away from the camera. The ambience included a flickering candle on the table and an espresso martini nearby, creating a relaxed vibe. In a nod to his generation, Mason accompanied the post with the song, Out West by Ian, which reflects on growing up too quickly, a fitting choice given the recent rumors about him. His outfit was effortlessly fashionable, featuring a pink hoodie with distinctive designs from the high-end streetwear brand Chrome Hearts, paired with wide-leg black jeans held up by a striking silver belt chain, showcasing his status among trendy young celebrities. This was his first post since the summer of 2024, and while it was simple, it clearly conveyed that he is focused on his life, friends, and personal style rather than the unfounded rumors circulating online. This social media update follows Kourtney's strong statement addressing the speculation that her eldest son had fathered a child with a classmate. Earlier this month, false claims circulated on social media, with some accounts even sharing pictures of a baby girl, wrongly asserting that Mason had secretly welcomed a daughter named Piper last year. The rumors quickly spread, prompting Kourtney to intervene and clarify the situation. On March 2nd, she took to her Instagram story to firmly deny the gossip. "I rarely address rumors or conspiracies about myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are true. They are not," she stated. "Mason does not have a child. The accounts pretending to be him are definitely fake. My son values his privacy, and I ask all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with feelings and a bright future ahead of him." She also called out those spreading the false claims and urged for the speculation to stop. "Please stop spreading false stories and lies," she said. "And to everyone else making videos about my children, who are minors, please leave them alone." Kourtney received a wave of support from fans and fellow celebrities, many praising her for shielding Mason from the intrusive speculation that often accompanies growing up in the spotlight. Despite being part of one of the most famous families in the world, Mason has mostly maintained his privacy in recent years, avoiding appearances on the family's reality show and limiting his social media activity. This isn't the first time Kourtney has had to address false claims about her son. In the past, several fake accounts have surfaced, impersonating Mason and spreading misleading information. Although Mason had a brief social media presence when he was younger, Kourtney and his father, Scott Disick, made it clear they were uncomfortable with him being online until he was older. As the oldest child of Kourtney and Scott, Mason has grown up in the public eye alongside his younger siblings, Penelope, Rain, and baby brother Rocky, who was born last year. Unlike some of his cousins who frequently appear on the family's reality show and social media, Mason has opted for a more private life, making infrequent appearances in family photos. Reddit users noted that the original post containing the screenshots had been removed, with one commenting, "I saw it too, it was wild because he claimed he was forced and that it was a failed protection." Another added, "I wouldn't put it past the Kardashians to do everything possible to erase it from the internet." Mason getting someone pregnant at 13? The scandal. They would never admit it. Poor kid. Others described the account as spam, stating, "It doesn't seem like it's his real account," and claimed the account was messing with everyone. Mason moved in with his father 2 years ago, and Disick shared on his sister-in-law Khloe Kardashian's podcast that he advises his son on dating. He mentioned, recently, he's starting to really like girls. And obviously, girls like him, adding that he tells Mason, "You can do whatever you want, but just don't lie and don't manipulate any girls." He continued, "So if a girl tells you she might want to hook up with you, and she knows you're not in a relationship with her, don't tell her you are just to get something from her." Disick explained, and he's like, "No, I know, I get it. I hear him on the phone saying, 'We can, but we're friends,' and he tells them directly. Because that's where it gets messed up." Ultimately, Disick told Mason he can do whatever he wants as long as he is honest. "Honesty is the best policy, but back in our day, it wasn't so easy," he recalled telling his son. During his appearance on the Chloe in Wonderland podcast, Disick shared that he has already talked to Mason about the hereditary risks associated with alcohol consumption. I explained to Mason how drinking impacted me and the difficult situations it led to, and he understands that, Disick stated. We have these discussions frequently. Disick, who is also the father of daughter Penelope, 12, and son Rain, 10, with Kardashian, mentioned that Mason once thought he would be treated differently due to his father's past issues. I told him, if I notice any problems with alcohol in you, I will take action. But aside from that, you're just like any other kid. You'll experiment with drinking when the time comes, he said. He added, if I see any hereditary concerns, I will intervene. Disick also pointed out that Mason has likely witnessed enough of his father's outlandish behavior on Keeping Up with the Kardashians to understand the potential consequences, which may help him avoid making similar decisions in the future. In May 2024, Mason officially created an Instagram account and currently has 874,000 followers. After his debut post, his Aunt Kim Kardashian quickly commented, expressing her surprise, while Khloe, 39, remarked, I can't believe this is happening. I'm sort of not okay. He's a real teenager. The one who calls us Kiki and Coco. Previously, Mason had set up an Instagram account in 2020 without his parents' knowledge, which they made him delete. His TikTok account was also disabled for violating terms of service, as users must be at least 13 years old, and Mason was only 10 at that time. Kourtney discussed the issue of parenting and social media with Miranda Kerr for Vogue Paris in May 2021, revealing that Mason had created secret accounts during quarantine, which were quickly shut down. She emphasized that what kids share today is permanent, and reflected on how quarantine was a significant lesson, noting it was a challenging time for children. I enjoyed it because I loved being home with them without feeling guilty about missing out, Kourtney said. It was a great bonding time, but their social interactions were really tough. Kourtney has also expressed her reluctance to let her kids use social media to safeguard their mental health. What worries me about kids on Instagram is the comments, she mentioned during an Instagram live. People can be really cruel, and it's easy to get caught up in it. I just feel it's not the right time. When his cousin Northwest, 11, faced backlash for going live on TikTok without permission in December 2021, Kim shared the mature advice Mason texted her for safety. Hi, I don't want to disrespect North, but I don't think she should do the lives unless someone is with her, because people are always screen recording, and she might share incorrect information and things like that, he wrote. Mason suggested that North might come to regret disclosing their family's private details, especially since he had done something similar and now felt remorseful about one of the things he said during a live session. In his message, Mason appeared to reference the occasion when he disclosed that his Aunt Kylie Jenner and her ex Travis Scott were not back together during an Instagram live. Kourtney gave birth to Mason, Kris Jenner's first grandchild, in 2009 during the season 4 finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.